How to texture polymer clay with household items. The first thing you want to do is make sure your clay is somewhat soft. If you properly condition your clay, this shouldn't be an issue. You also want to make sure it is thick enough to take the texture. This usually isn't an issue either, but could be if you roll your clay really thin or you want a really deep texture. In this tutorial, I'm going to test 4 different household items. First up is a loofah, or in this case, part of a loofah. This texture ended up not being very deep, and next time I try this, I might just keep it attached so I can push it into the clay more. Second is a piece of burlap. This is great for texturing clothing. Please keep in mind when using burlap to texture clay, often pieces of burlap will come off in the clay. These little threads used to annoy me, and I would try to pick them all out, which just took forever. But now I only pick out the really big ones and let the smaller ones add more texture to the sculpt. Third is a foil ball. I really like the look of this, and it goes much deeper than some of the other textures. This would also be great if you were going to paint your sculpture and do some dry brushing. Fourth and final texturing tool for this tutorial is a toothbrush. A cheap dollar store one works fine, just don't use your own or borrow one from a family member. I think this almost gives your sculpture a bit of a fuzzy look. You can texture on your baking pan if you're worried about ruining the texture when you move your sculpture. Once you are done texturing, be sure to bake your sculpture according to package instructions. Now let's take a closer look at each one. I mixed up a light blue for this tutorial, so hopefully the textures show up really well. With darker colors, they are a bit less noticeable. And here is a look at all of them together. I wanted these sculpts to be very simple and similar, so you can see how texturing your sculpture can affect the finished results. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, make sure to ring that notification bell. If you want to learn more about polymer clay, be sure to check out my bite-sized tutorial playlist, or you can check out one of my original creations up here. If you have any questions about polymer clay, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and remember, never stop creating. Bye.